Good day. My name is Renee Maluping and I'm here with my group members. Sister Mitobe. Anya Lejide. Elkaram. Maratha. Sepisaka Karantalanya. And today we're going to be presenting our business plan. Due to the increase in unavailable student accommodation for tertiary students, more specifically upper-level tertiary students, such as year 2s, 3s, and 4s, we have come up with the idea to make student accommodation, and we have named it Scholar Square. Scholar Square is a student-focused accommodation that provides affordable, reliable, and secure housing for students. It also fosters academics and lifestyle. It is located in Village. We picked this location so that it is cheaper to commute, and it will save students time. Our business targets are current and growing issue, as mentioned before, unavailable housing, and it also opens up potential partnerships with certain universities such as UV and VAC. We offer amenities such as Wi-Fi, cleaning service, recreational facilities, as well as proper security. And for startup capital, we are asking for 20 million mula.
I'll be taking you through the description of venture. The name of our company is Scholar Square, which is a private limited company, making it easier for us to attract investors. It is located in Gaborone due to its standard student population, accessibility to transport and facilities. Scholar Square will be providing recreational centers such as multi-purpose courts and study areas. We believe that Scholar Square is a feasible business idea because there is a market gap of affordable, modernized accommodation for students. Our vision is to become Botswana's leading provider for a safe, budget-friendly, modernized accommodating area. Our mission is to deliver modern, cost-effective, and secure housing solutions for students. We aim to enable a supportive academic community through shared facilities and student-centered services.
I will be taking you through our product and service plan. Some of the products and services we will be offering are furnished room, shuttles, laundry services, cafeteria, high-speed Wi-Fi, and study rooms. The way in which we proceed to promote our Scholar Square idea is firstly by word of mouth, which is people going and telling each other that we have a new business. Secondly, giving out flyers to students that contain information about Scholar Square, and then students can see the accommodation details directly for themselves, or they can contact the number on the flyer to go to a website or just to receive any information. They'll also be let to know about Scholar Square through media posts. We will also be doing room tours and accommodation tours. And also during orientation, the students will be allowed to come and see.
Good day. I'll be taking you through industry and market analysis of our business project. Firstly, we operate in the student accommodation business in Gaborone. Our target market includes mainly 3 groups. First, tertiary students situated in Gaborone. Secondly, international students who need guaranteed housing when they arrive. And thirdly, parents or sponsors who are looking for safe and reliable places for their children to stay. I'm going to go into the market trends. There are a few important trends driving our project. Firstly, there's an increase in student population every year. For example, University of Botswana recorded around 9,569 students in the 2023-24 academic year. Secondly, students want housing that is close to school with Wi-Fi, electricity, and social spaces, which Scholar Square offers. Regarding our market size, Botswana has over 60,000 tertiary students in total. In Gaborone alone, we have close to 5,000 to 7,000 students who need proper accommodation every year. Scholar Square plans to start small, offering 100 to 300 beds in the very first years and grow as demand continues to rise. Why do we think our business Scholar Square can succeed? We believe Scholar Square will succeed because we understand what students truly need: accommodation that is affordable, safe, and convenient. Also, our location is close to major schools like University of Botswana and VAC, which saves students time and transport costs. Lastly, we provide high-quality rooms with Wi-Fi, study areas, laundry facilities, and social spaces.
Good day. I'll be taking you through the marketing plan. So we offer reliable, safe, and affordable accommodation for students. We also plan on promoting our business through various channels such as the media, where we can post on social media and other social media outlets such as television advertisements, and also on social media platforms such as Facebook or TikTok. Also, through partnerships, we plan to promote our business by partnering with schools such as VAC, so that they suggest our accommodation to students. Through public speaking, by going to schools and speaking to students about our accommodation, and also during public events such as orientation. Through posters and flyers, by handing out flyers and posting around schools about our accommodation. We plan on selling our service through partnerships such as BAC and University of Botswana so that they recommend our accommodation to the students. Thank you.
I will be taking you through the operational plan. So as more and more time passes, we realize that student accommodation plays a big role in the educational sector. For that reason, Scholar Square has dedicated itself to providing accommodation that is nearer to institutions with facilities like laundry, Wi-Fi, cafeterias, and study areas for students so that there is effective studying. Security guards and CCTV cameras are to be deployed around the premises to ensure safety of the students. And along with that, a team of cleaning staff is to be brought into service to do routine cleaning for students and maintenance on a regular basis so the housing is well managed, which will in overall contribute to the students having a comfortable stay. Maya.
Good day. I'll be taking you through organizational plan. We plan on hiring the general manager, also known as the CEO, with 12 years experience in a master's degree in business administration, who will be in charge of overseeing overall operations and strategic direction with a payment of 12,000 per month. We also plan on hiring the chief operational officer with 10 years experience and a bachelor's degree in chain management, who will be responsible for daily operations and ensuring facilities meet student needs with a payment of 16,000. We plan on hiring a chief financial manager with 8 years experience and a professional certificate in Association of Chartered Certified Accounts, who will handle budgets and will be paid 17,000 monthly. We plan on hiring human resources manager with 9 years experience and a master's in Chartered Institution of Personal Development, who will manage staff recruitment and training and employee welfare with a monthly payment of 12,000. We also plan on hiring marketing and communications manager, who will be in charge of managing relationships with universities and attracting new talents with 5 years experience and a monthly payment of 15,000. We will be hiring a student affairs relations manager who will ensure students' satisfaction, handles communication and complaints with 4 years experience and a bachelor's degree in public communication with a payment of 11,000 monthly.
I'll be taking you through the adoption of really friendly starting with the custom method. So with the political risk, Botswana's housing policies may increase the rules and regulations which Scholar Square needs to abide by. The economic risk could be inflation, which could impact factors such as buying construction materials as well as fuel for transportation of furniture. Now moving on to our social risk. An example could be reputation, which could be easily hindered by any fault such as burglary or a maintenance issue. And then moving on to our technological risk. Since our services would be to provide Wi-Fi, other digital expectations may arise such as electric fences, motorized gates, and so on. And then our environmental risk, climate or weather changes such as flooding, which could affect the building structure. There's also a possibility of complaints about leftover residues from construction. And then finally, our legal risk. There may be problems with contracts sided with partners, suppliers, insurance issues in case of any accidents or damage. Now moving on to our bow-tie analysis, starting with our top event, which is a fire outbreak in Scholar Square. And then moving on to our hazard, which is any flammable materials which could be found in or around the building. And then our threats. One being unattended cooking, and then its preventive barriers, which are more strict appliance rules, which should be reinforced, and fire blankets, which can be used in case of emergency. However, moving on to our escalation factor, fire blankets and extinguishers could be misused or go missing without being reported. And then our escalation factor barrier, it could be safety equipment, which should be checked and tested frequently. Now moving on to our consequences, we have property damage, and its recovery barriers are fire-resistant building materials which could be used during construction, and use of fire extinguishers in case of any emergency. And then moving on to our escalation factor, which is ignition sources such as cheap kettles could cause sparks, and then our escalation factor barrier being frequent room checks for any faulty electrical appliances.
Good day. We are going to look at the financial side. Firstly, we're going to look at the cash budget. From July to September. Our opening cash balance is 13,045,000, which is the total capital we got from our balance sheet. Then we are going to look at the cash collections. We had accounts receivable payments in July accounting to 1,050. Then we have cash sales accounting to 500,000. The total, which is cash inflow, is 501,500. Cash payments. Our cash payments included inventory purchases at 500 pula, wages and salaries at 120,000, payroll taxes accounted to 4,500 pula, advertising 900 pula, repairs and management, maintenance 1,200, utilities 1,500, loan payments 9,000, interest 360 pula, and lastly income statements 600. The total, which is cash outflow, accounted to 143,060. We're going to look at the closing cash balance, which we found by subtracting our net cash inflow from the opening balance. We're going to say 13,045,000 minus 143,060, which is going to give us 358,240. We have the target cash balance, which is the money that we plan to use for emergencies or expenses that may arise, which we agreed to be 810,000. So you're going to have cash surplus, which we are going to find by subtracting target cash balance from our closing cash balance, which is going to give us 12,593, which is going to give us 12,593,104. Lastly, we're going to look at the income statement. We have revenue. We got income from student accommodation of 500,000 and other income from laundry and meals was 50,000. We're going to subtract cost of goods sold, which is the indirect cost that we came across. They amounted to 50,000 pula. This leaves us gross profit. Our gross profit is 500,000 pula. Moving forward, we're going to look at our payroll, 80,000 pula, utilities of 25,000 pula, cleaning and maintenance accounted to 12,000 pula, and we have depreciation, which accounted to 10,000 pula. We had supplies of beddings and meals accounting to 12,000 pula. We have insurance accounting to 30,000 pula, and lastly we had advertising of 30,000 pula. Our total expenses accounted to 145,000. Then we're going to look at the operating income. Our operating income, we're going to find it by subtracting our operating expenses from our revenue, which is 100,000 minus 145,000, giving us 355,000. And we're going to add other income that came into our business. We got an income of 50,000 pula. Lastly, we're going to look at net profit. We had a net profit of 105,000. We're going to move on to the balance sheet, whereby we'll be looking at our assets, liabilities, and capital. We had 9 current assets, which were land and buildings, accounting to 12,626,300. We had motor vehicles, accounting to 195,000. And lastly, we had fixtures and fittings, accounting to 200,000. The total amounted to 13,021,300 pula. Then we had current assets. Our current assets were cash in hand, amounting to 5,000, cash at bank, amounting to 15,000, account receivables 2,000, inventory 20,000, and prepaid insurance 200 pula, which we agreed to pay it weekly. The total amounted to 42,222. Then we have total assets, whereby we added non-current assets and current assets. Then we have current liabilities. Our current liabilities were accounts payables amounting to 3,600 pula, bank overdraft amounting to 1,500, short-term loans amounting to 12,000, and net profit and subtracted drawings. Then we're going to add net profit. Our net profit, which comes from our income statement, is 105,000 pula. We add it to the capital, and we're going to subtract drawings of 395,000 pula. Our total capital is going to amount to 13,045,000 pula, which is the same as our total net assets. That will be all for our business idea. Thank you.